everybody, I'm Michael Zaharias, one of the organizers for the 1 Million Cups in Daytona Beach. Right now, 9 to 10 o'clock, 120 cities around the country are hosting their 1 Million Cups. And I'd like to make sure to mention that there are 9 of us that put this event on, so if you're an organizer, raise your hand and you're in the room. Give it up for the organizers. Before we get to our speaker today, I want to ask, is anybody new? First-time visitors to 1 Million Cups? Thanks for being here. We really appreciate you coming out and hope that you'll continue to join us as the weeks go on. I'm going to ask Fred to come up and do the introduction for today's speaker, so let's give it up for Fred.
More 1 Million Cups. Our speaker coming up, his name is Alex Kratochwill. He is a self-taught entrepreneur, has been for 3 years. He has a degree in financial economics and a minor in philosophy. This is his lovely fiancée, Victoria, over here. The name of his business is called Bmore Corny, and it's about the cornhole game, which is the meatbag toss. And I'm going to let him talk about more, so with no further ado, I'm going to introduce Alex from Bmore Corny.
Do I need a microphone? Can everyone hear me?
No. Now use the microphone.
No, use the other one. Right, give him the mic. There you go.
All right, guys. Thank you. I'm a little nervous. It's my first time doing this. I'm also new to the 1 Million Cups community. So I've actually only been here 2 times. 2 weeks ago was our first time, and we're really stoked for this opportunity. It's something that I'll get into. When you have something like this, you just got to take advantage of it. So a little bit of a backstory. I don't know how many of you are entrepreneurs that started your venture with someone else, a significant other. That's what I'm talking about. But it's tough, and if it's someone that's been there for you and been supportive, you're probably going to be able to make it through. If it's someone who's challenging you, it's going to be something that's going to be a little bit harder. It might be something that you're going to have to decide if that's worth your time or that's the person you want to pursue this venture with. But I wanted to say, first and foremost, I wouldn't be able to do any of this without my future wife, Victoria. We're excited to getting married July 7th, so it's coming up. We're big gamblers, so it's 7/7/17. We're feeling lucky about it. And we're some corny guys, so without getting too much into it, I wanted to just start about how Bmore Corny came to be, and really how you can turn your hobby into a business. I know not everyone here is in the cornhole market, although there are some great boards, but it's something that I want to be able to give you guys an experience and some knowledge of what I've learned. I'm not perfect. I don't have all the answers, and I think that's something that, as a new entrepreneur, you need to learn that right off the bat. So it's really going to come down to, I'm just going to get into the first slide here, passion. And yes, I did come up with a 7-letter corny acronym to describe how to do this. The passion really comes into your product. It doesn't matter what you're selling or what your sale might be. It really comes down to how you feel by doing it. Your customers are going to see that. That's going to show in your product, your customer service. It's going to show just in your natural presentation towards what you do, and that's going to pay off. People are going to be interested in you. They're going to buy your experience, and they're going to buy your perspective of what you're able to give to them. The first P here in preparation, or sorry, I'm going to go through my slides. Sorry. No, I flipped through on all my slides. The first P here in passion is patience, and it's something that's going to take time. Something that you're going to have to learn through. You're going to have to practice. You're going to have to prepare, and you're going to have to be persistent. It's the $1 million question. Everyone knows it's going to take time, but they want to know how much of your time it's going to take. And if that's the mentality you're going to have going into it, you're going to be off on the wrong foot. You always have to start somewhere, and if you already have started, you're already on the right foot. That answers itself. You're already there. Keep going. The sooner you start, the better you're going to be. And the sooner you realize that every day is a learning experience and not a hurdle that you have to get over, you're going to be on the right path. I think it's a Chinese proverb, is the best time to plant a tree is 20 years ago, and the second best time is today. If you're not going to get started today, whether it's mentally, physically, or even just thinking about it to the point that you're going to vocalize it to someone else, or even just really get the ball rolling, you're not going to be able to move forward until you've done that. A bit more than 50% of small businesses fail in the first 4 years. And the reason that this happens is because they aren't persistent. It really comes down to the fact that you're going to have to grind it out. You're going to get turned down, you're going to get shot away, and you're going to be sad. And that's just a part of it. Not everybody likes you. It's a part of life. So that then goes to my next point here, adaptation. You have to learn how to grow. We're in a fast-paced world here. You have to learn how to adapt to what and who your customers want. You got to figure out what they are, what they do, what your product does for them, and who your demographic is. So, we came up with a simple concept here. It's a self-explanatory game. It's a box with a hole in it. You don't need to have a degree. You don't even need to have a rule book to figure out how to play it. You literally just take the one product we give you and throw it into the other one. So it's a great game for all skill levels, all ages, and people that aren't necessarily going to be given the opportunity to play with everyone else. So we were able to come up with a solution that solved not only the problem that we wanted to solve of being able to sell a game, but it also solved the problem of providing an experience for other people. We were onto something here. We specialize in selling an experience. I got to give a shout out to Bruce Turkel here. He wrote a book called All About Them. It's a good perspective about thinking of your customer first. If you can sell your customer a memory or an experience, that will last a lifetime. The product, that might not last a week. We saw this as an opportunity to grow. We were able to adapt to our customers, find out what they wanted, and give them something unique and personalized. We never thought that this game that went from tailgating, sports bars, and stuff like that would soon be the #1 selling item at weddings. This was something that was custom for people to remember on their wedding day. And it was a cornhole board. So, you think that's weird, I don't know what those couples are getting into. The next thing, and the first S here I wanted to talk about was speed. This is pretty self-explanatory, but people need to understand your value quickly, and they need to be able to relate to you, and you need to be able to connect to them. You want to figure out what they do and how you can benefit them, and really just figure out where that limitation exists. We started a custom business. We didn't have any limitations. You can tell me exactly what you want, and we can do it. I don't care how corny it is. I don't care how crazy it is. I don't care how hard it is, because I'm going to make you pay me for it. But the bigger the better, the crazier the better. We want to show there are no limitations. We let our customers decide what they wanted, and we let them tell us how to sell them the product. We make boards for a wide array of audiences here, I just said. From Little League kids who have never played baseball before to Super Bowl champions. Now, that's $1 million question. How do you get an array of that audience that broad? You gotta hustle. You gotta be willing to put in the work, and you gotta be willing to not take no for an answer. We live in a world where you can reach out to anyone. We live in a world where you can go for that opportunity, and you gotta be willing to make the sacrifice you want to get to that person. Comes into my next point here. And we're right in the middle. We're in the ass part of passion here, if you're not following along. So we're right here in the middle on sacrifices, and I wanted to hit that because we're now at a point here where we've figured out that we were passionate about it. We figured out that we were prepared, we're patient, we've adapted to our customers, and we've now had the speed to execute what they want, but we haven't made any sacrifices yet. And this is huge, because this is something that I learned the hard way, and as many other entrepreneurs, you might do the same. It really comes down to what you're going to cut, and how you're going to cut it, and where you're going to cut it. And the first one that always comes is expenses. You're going to be spending money you don't have, money you don't need on places you shouldn't, and you're going to figure that out one way or another. You're going to have some people and some connections in your life that are probably going to be toxic and are weighing you down, and that's not going to help either. And you're going to learn that. And then you got to learn from your lowest points. If you're not going to be able to bounce back from your rock bottom points, bounce back from whatever isn't working and learn from that, you're not going to go. So, minimizing your expenses. I lived in a 3-story townhouse in Howard County, Maryland, one of the 5th richest counties in the country. I was making good money working for the federal government, and I was spending it because I was making it, and I wasn't saving it, and I wasn't putting it into something that I could be doing in the future. I wore nice clothes, I was keeping up with the Joneses, I had ESPN and all the packages and everything, and life was great. And then I wanted a different lifestyle. I wanted to be able to be happy with what I wanted to do and not buy my happiness. So we made a big lifestyle change, and we moved down to Florida, and we cut some expenses. And we lived in our garage for 2 years. We started this business in our garage, and we lived in our garage in a studio office apartment thing that we turned it into. We showered outside, and we cooked in a skillet for 2 years just to get expenses down, products fully done, figured out how to sell, work around the clock, and really put the business into motion. So what are people going to tell you? They're going to tell you you're crazy. And that's kind of what you want to hear, because there's a fine line between genius and crazy. But you're going to hear all the negative stuff that you don't want to hear. Oh, you're going to lose all your money. Yeah, I know. Anyone can do that. I know. Everyone's going to do it. Well, let's see. And how are you going to do it if you're going to throw away all of your future? You're not going to have anything to fall back on. Well, that's what you have to figure out. You won't believe what you're able to do until your back is against that wall. It's called the power of broke. I came up with some of my best ideas when I had nothing because I was in fight mode. I was in survival mode. I learned that if I didn't come up with something, I wasn't going to eat that day. Because I need to be able to sell something, I need to be able to sell an idea, or I need to get a new lead, at least somebody that I was comfortable moving forward with, or I was going to waste my time. And it gets to the point that this is all you have. This is all you have left, and you learn to invest. You learn to invest in yourself. You learn to invest in your previous investments in yourself. I had to focus on what I excelled at, my education, and my experiences. And that was all I had to go with. No one's going to tell you that you're qualified but yourself. They don't know what you do. They don't know what you know. They don't know what's in your head, and they don't know what your vision is. So you just have to learn and trust your experiences. You have to know that what you're good at is going to get you there. I excelled in numbers, I excelled in money, I excelled in statistics, I had a degree in finance, and as a little kid, I used to sell arts and crafts. I made some perler beads, or I don't know what they're called these days, and I intertwined them with some string, wire string. I made like ladybugs and flowers, and that sounds really weird. But I gave them to girls, so it wasn't that weird. And I got some girlfriends out of it, early middle school, high school, and whatnot, and sold a couple here and there, and I didn't think anything of it, but it was my first real business experience, and it was something that I had under my belt, and I didn't really have to risk anything to do. So it was something that I just wanted to make sure that I was already aware of. And this is kind of the next point. Oh, go back. You have to learn to go all in. Like I said, I'm a little bit of a gambler, so for me this comes naturally, but if you know that you're investing in yourself, why are you going to invest in yourself and not go all in? What was the point of learning all that stuff if you're never going to put it to use? So I had a 4-year degree in finance. What was I doing with money? I had a minor in philosophy. Was I thinking outside the box? Or was I thinking inside the box? And I had a sports economics internship. So I was aware of the markets, the industry, and stuff like that. So it's something that I had to go for. And I found myself in a situation where I wasn't happy anymore. I was working 4 years for the federal government by the time I was 26 years old. And I had to spend another 26 years there just to get to retirement. I mean, it didn't sound like a problem to the people that had already been there for 20 years. But for me, I was like, that's a whole other one of my lives that I already lived, and I have to do it again here in this place for that long. And it started weighing on me. I felt underutilized. I felt that there were other opportunities out there for me to connect, for me to grow, and that I could hopefully give people another experience. So I put this X here because I call it experiences. I had 4 years working for the government, and I had 0 years as an entrepreneur. But you're never going to get that experience if you don't do it. You look on the job applications, everyone wants 3 to 5 years of experience. Where's the job application with 0 to 3? How do you get that job if you don't have that qualification? It's because someone, I'm not going to play any names, applied for a position they weren't qualified for and they somehow got it. Which then leads to my next point, opportunities. You can't give yourself the opportunity if you're not ready to go for it. And even if you're not ready to go for it, you still might have to. It's now or never. Are you going to go for it and take your shot, or are you going to not even take it and miss? So it doesn't have to be huge, you just have to capitalize. Take advantage of the opportunities that you prepared for, and do what you got to do. This is an iffy situation because a lot of people here, the haters, they want to say that this is where you got lucky. They don't even want to give you credit for all that crap you already did. They just want to say it was luck. You got there because dumb luck. This just fell into your lap. Not the fact that you prepared for it, the fact that you worked hard for it, the fact that you got shot down, the fact that you did it without anybody patting you on the back and you still went for it anyway. So, too bad. No risk, or no, if you do nothing, you risk everything. This is just such an iffy situation because indecision is a decision. If you don't decide, you've decided to not do it. Am I right? So whether you're ready to do it or not, you have to do it. I came to 1 Million Cups just 2 weeks ago for the first time. I didn't even know what this was even really about, other than the fact that it was about entrepreneurs telling their stories, and I felt that I had something to learn and hopefully something to give. And through an opportunity of a spot opening up, through an opportunity of meeting these people, being connected, and putting myself out there, I was able to do this in just 2 weeks and put this together. And not that I know what I'm doing, but I feel like I'm able to learn from this, and you guys are able to learn from this, and I'm able to grow from this, and hopefully you guys are able to do the same. So if I can provide a value to you guys and I can get a value from it, it's definitely worth the opportunity. And it brings me to my last point, the N in passion, network. Without you guys, I wouldn't be here, I wouldn't be able to network. And without this opportunity, I wouldn't have been able to network. And if you're not networking every day, you're falling behind. We live in a world of social media, it's so fast-paced. If you're not posting every day, multiple times a day even, from multiple outlets, from multiple people to multiple places, you're probably falling behind. And that sounds overwhelming. But you gotta figure out your outlet and your message. Here's some social media stats. Facebook is the most popular social media site. Everyone knows about it, it's been out the longest. It's kind of the old school social media, no offense to anyone here. But it's the one that is out there, it's got the most clicks, it's got the most active use. But there's some new players in the field. Instagram, more than half of these people that use Instagram are following a brand. So if you're on Facebook, that's great. If your personal's on Facebook, that's great. If your business is on Facebook, that's great. But is someone else following your business on Facebook? Maybe not. Instagram is a picture brand social media campaign. And following up shortly after that is YouTube. It's a great way to sell your brand. If you're not selling a picture or a message now via audio or video, you're not going to be able to get enough content to your listener or your user in enough time. They don't care. They want to see 140 characters. So, in a world that's 140 characters or less, that's a couple words, characters, not words here. How are you going to get your word out there? Well, start with a picture. It's worth 1,000. So, I figured out that Instagram was the best method for me because I sold something that was visually appealing. I sold something that was custom. I sold something that once people saw, they wanted it. So, I was just one click away from my Instagram site to getting a sale. Why wouldn't I post pictures and post a link to get there? 75% of Instagram users are taking action. That means they're involved. Not only do they have the account, but they're using it. That's more valuable than just having the account. So, these people are clicking on your link, they're going to your website, and this is the most valuable thing. Having paying customers is what matters. Not having followers. I don't care how popular you are. If no one's buying your crap, who cares? So, what's the point of that? I want to have people, I don't care if I have 5 customers, as long as they're all paying. So I want everyone 100% conversion on all of my people. I don't care if I have 1 million people and it's not getting me anywhere. That doesn't work. So I need to be able to get my users to pay, and I need them to be my biggest salesman after that. They had a great experience, they had a great product. Those people are going to give me new referrals, and that's going to then fill my business. So make sure you know your audience and make sure you're constantly communicating with them. Stay connected all the time. Follow us on Bmore Corny, social media, any platform. We do a lot of little tidbits, teasers here and there. We got a pretty awesome new kind of campaign we're going to run here at the end of the summer, and we'll see where it goes. But if you guys want to follow us, we're really great at networking, we're really great at promoting. If you guys want to get boards with your logos, we'll go ahead and post those out to all of our followers. And that really concludes my presentation on the behind the scenes of Bmore Corny. I did want to show a little bit about what it actually is, because I just talked about me and not my business. But I really wanted to show you guys the passion behind how you get here. No one's going to be able to start a hobby or start a business out of a hobby unless you're passionate about it. Because you're the only one who's passionate about your hobby, not your customers. So if you're not passionate about it, they won't be passionate about it. And that's your first sell. So here's how we've kind of turned what was a business card into a playable business card. We did a little bit 1 million cups rendering. You guys are gonna have to pay for this. Or maybe I'll get a sale, work out a trade or something. I'm pretty good with that. But we took information that you guys give us and we put it on a 3D 4 foot by 2 foot playable object, and they come in pairs. So you're gonna sit there and put your logo on what, a 1 by 3 inch thing, or maybe a 5 by 5 in a magazine or whatever. We're gonna put it on something bigger than this for half the price. And you can bring it anywhere, and you're gonna be able to put it anywhere, and you're gonna market it anywhere. And other people are gonna play on it and market it for you. So what separates us is we do a completely custom job from start to finish. The design work, the 3D rendering, and the paint job, it's all custom. You get to be the artist. We're just kind of the middleman. Kind of lost my flexibility as an artist, so it's a little weird, but I don't mind. We have weatherproof bean bags. We have built-in scorekeepers. It's all inclusive. If you're not in the industry, it might not sound like much, but it's stuff that we've really narrowed down and marketed and made sure that we've maximized what the people in our industry want. And we sell the top of the line product. I don't care if my #1 competitor was right here, I would still match up my product with theirs any day because we put the quality into it that the customer is going to reflect on. And the last point is our quality, cooperation, and cross-promotion. As I just said, you can't fake the hustle, and you can't fake the heart, and you can't sell anything else without both of those. If your people are going to see what you are able to offer them, they're going to invest in you. And my final slide, don't just play cornhole, be more corny.